What's up guys, it's Breakshift. I've got another funny deck to share with y'all. Now if you saw my last video where I was showing off my Ancient Fairy Dragon Allure Queen Altergeist deck, one thing I mentioned was that instead of Altergeist, Magistus could be a potentially interesting engine. Well, I decided to sit down and explore that a little bit more, and this is what I came up with. This deck has some similarities, of course, but the combos are more explosive, more involved, pretty long, and more consistent overall, too. What I really like about this, though, is like the thematic elements of this deck. Our end board not only is going to incorporate our Golden Allure Queen, but we're also now putting in Emperor Charles the Great. So we got the King and the Queen. I just thought that was too cool. So I'll go over what's different about this deck compared to the last build. The biggest thing is definitely going to be the consistency. There are a lot of starters in the deck now. Our one-card starters are the 3 Riliona, the 3 Spenta. Of course, we've still got our 3 Regulus, and we've still got our 3 Lure Dance. So that's 12 cards now that are one-card starters. I had to make some room to fit this stuff in, so we trimmed the Fiendsmith package down. We're not playing all like the fusions and stuff. We also needed extra deck space. So we're using this very compact engine with just the 2 Engraver, 3 Tracked, 1 Lurry. The goal of this is to go through Necroquip Princess to quickly get a Caesar out on the board so that we're insulated from Nibiru since we're a lot more all-in on the combo now. Also, of course, if the opponent is just going to like Ash our Engraver or our Tract or whatever, that's totally fine. We can start with these things, try and get their hand traps out, and then commit to our big combo. If you haven't seen people doing this before, all it is you go Engraver, add Tract, or if you just start with Tract, of course. Tract, get the Lurry out, Lurry into Requiem, Requiem for Engraver, equip the Requiem. You can make a Necroquip Princess at that point by sending the Engraver and the Requiem to grave. We bring the Engraver out of the grave, and then we overlay him with Necroquip for the Caesar. So that's how you're going to utilize the Fiendsmith part of the deck. As for how all of the Magistus cards work, these combos are pretty involved, so I'm going to show you guys just the videos I have put together so you can see how it works. If you aren't familiar with the AFD engine, you can check out the previous video of mine to go over that in more detail. But here, let's just go ahead and hop into some of the combos, and I'll show y'all how it works. So first, let's see how it goes if you open with Dance. So with Dance, we'll go ahead and activate that, grab our Field Spell. This Field Spell, remember, thrice per turn. A lot of people will Ash this, and you don't always need all of the uses of it. It's going to let us discard to add the Allure Queen cards. So we'll start out here by adding the Chaos Allure Queen, always need her. And then part of what makes this one different is that we're not actually summoning out Allure Queen level 7 here. We're going to be summoning Allure Queen level 5. So we'll discard here to get the Chaos Allure Queen out. We'll equip her, and we will summon out the Allure Queen level 5. We need her just because of the level 5 stat lines for our synchro plays. We'll tribute off using the effect that the Field Spell grants, and what we're summoning out now is Riliona. Now, Riliona searches this spell here. I drew it this time, so we'll just activate it. This is a Foolish for a Spellcrafter or a Spellcaster or a spell. We'll dump Jenny. Jenny can banish it from the graveyard to copy its effect. We'll use the second effect now, which lets us summon a Witchcrafter from deck, and we're going to grab Zoroa. Now we need to link off here. This is important. Zoroa is going to be able to revive a Witchcrafter, so we need to put Riliona in the grave so we have a target. So Zoroa now, he can equip himself with a Magistus from the extra deck, and that's going to summon back the Riliona that we just linked off. We've equipped him with Artemis here, and now we get to use the effect that Artemis has while she's equipped. This is going to let us add a Magistus to our hand. We'll add Spenta. Spenta, then we can discard to add another one. And we're going to grab the new Crowley. This guy is like a Poplar, so he'll summon himself out. He has this cool effect, Diffusion Summon, but we're not going to use that. He's just a free body for now. We'll go ahead and link off 3 for our golden Allure Queen here. Make sure you leave Zoroa and the level 5. We need that monster equipped here. So Golden's going to go ahead and summon our Chaos Allure Queen from the deck. Or from the graveyard, rather. Now we're going to use Riliona's effect in the grave. She can equip to a Magistus, so we'll equip the Artemis from our graveyard here, and we can use these two in the back row, send them off to bring out Chorozo. This guy is useful because he's a level 1 tuner, or excuse me, a level 4 tuner. We're going to use Zoroa and the level 5 Allure Queen now to make Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles. Now, if we want to rank this guy up, he needs to be equipped. Spenta, unlike Rilliona, can equip any monster, so we can use him from the graveyard to target Emperor Charles, equip him. Now that he's equipped, we get to level him up into Emperor Charles. So we got the king and the queen on the board now. Emperor Charles is going to equip the Synchro from the graveyard. And then we're going to use Dance. Dance will reborn as many Allure Queens from the grave as possible. We'll send off the field spell, don't need that anymore. And we're going to bring back 3 and 5. It's important that we have these guys because of their levels again. For our Synchro plays here, Chorozo at 4, plus 3 and 5 makes 12. So we'll link those off. Excuse me, sync them off, summon out Despian Lulu-Lilith. And then we have the Regulus engrave in this instance so that we could draw a card, but that's not consistent. Not important. When the opponent's turn starts, we'll use Chaos Allure Queen to equip from the graveyard. Make sure we grab level 5. That's going to special summon from the deck Allure Queen level 7. And that does it for our end board. So to recap what we have going on here, the Golden Allure Queen can pop an opponent's card non-targeting when they activate an effect. And then she also makes all of our Allure Queens indestructible by card effects for the rest of the turn. Underneath her, we've got the Emperor Charles. He inherits the effect of the Synchro monster that he has equipped to him right now, which is that if an equip card becomes equipped to a monster, you can non-targeting destroy one card on the field. And he has his own effect, which is that once per turn when a spell or trap or effect is activated, you can send an equip spell from your hand or field to the graveyard, negate, and destroy. So we also have the level 7 Allure Queen, who is a quick effect because of Golden. She's going to be able to target any monster the opponent controls and equip it to herself as an equip spell. And then we also have the Despian Lulu-Lilith, which says once per turn if a card leaves the extra deck, you can make all monsters you control permanently gain 500, and then you can negate the effects of a face-up card on the field until the end of this turn. It also has a floating effect during the end phase if it's in the graveyard because it was sent there. You can special a light spellcaster monster from your hand or deck whose attack equals its own defense. We do have a target for that. It's Spenta. Not super relevant, but, you know, it's worth noting. So, quite a bit of interaction. Our stuff is going to be really, really big. You can see we got some big stats already. Lulu-Lilith is going to boost every up by 500. If you use the Allure Queen level 7 to equip an opponent's monster, that's going to trigger the non-targeting pop on Emperor Charles. So you have like a double disruption happening there. If you're using the negate with Emperor Charles, you just send off the Synchro. It's not... all it does is it boosts him by 500 while it's equipped. Not really a big deal. And yeah, that's the whole board. That's all our interactions. It's quite a lot. Big monsters, bunch of disruption, powerful effects. Let's check out another way to combo. What happens if we draw either Spenta or Rilliona? Here is the combo starting with Spenta. It's really easy to change the lineup based on which one of these two you draw. I'll get into that in a moment. But with Spenta, you search Rilliona, normal summon her. She's going to add the Lacrima of Light. Then we're going to use the Lacrima, dump the Jenny. Just like last time, Jenny is going to banish herself plus the Lacrima to summon from the deck. We'll go ahead and summon the Zoroa out again. And again, we got to make sure that we link off first before we use Zoroa's effect. We want to have a target in graveyard. So now we can use Zoroa, equip himself with another Artemis, and bring back the Riliona. Here's where you can fix this. If you started by just normal summoning Riliona instead of using Spenta, then you'd add Spenta here, and then Spenta would get you to Crowley. If you started with Spenta, you just add Crowley straight away. Crowley will summon himself out. We go ahead and link off for the Golden Allure Queen. Again, we leave Zoroa on the field. Golden is going to summon from the deck. We're going to bring out Chaos. Chaos Allure Queen now we're going to equip. She can just grab any light or dark monster to get her effect off. It doesn't have to be an Allure Queen. So we'll go ahead and put the Artemis here. It doesn't really matter which one we use. Just remember it has to be light or dark. We'll send these two off and bring out Doomed Dragon. Not going to use the effect. It's just a nice level 8 body for us here. We get to sync off for Emperor Charles. Then, just like last time, we can use the Spenta in Graveyard. That's going to equip whatever to the Emperor Charles. Now that he's equipped, he can go ahead and level himself up. Yeah, that effect of his that's popping up, when he's equipped, you can like pop a card on the field, remember, but obviously nothing for us to be using that on right now. Equip the Synchro. Then we're going to use Riliona from the grave here. Remember that Chaos Allure Queen changes her name, so her name is Artemis right now. So she is a Magistus, making her a valid target. So we'll equip. We can send these guys off for the Chorozo. And then Chorozo plus the Doom Dragon is going to make our Lulualila again. So there we go. It's the exact same board, basically. Just one card using our normal summon. We've got the Golden Allure Queen, we've got the Emperor Charles, we've got the Lulualilith, and we are going to summon out the Allure Queen level 7 from the deck here. The only real difference right now is that Emperor Charles is not equipped, but that's fine because he can just send off the Allure Queen level 5 here. We don't actually need that card anymore, it doesn't do anything. So, yep. Pretty much the exact same board, just a different line to get there. And lastly, let's go ahead now and look at the line for if you just draw Regulus. Going through the Ancient Fairy Dragon stuff, this is going to be a slightly more powerful combo. We'll do Regulus for Spirit World. Spirit World gets to add the Spore. Grab that, use the effect of Regulus, summon the Spore out of the hand. Spore can boost its level, so we'll boost it by 2. That gives us the correct levels to Synchro Summon Ancient Fairy Dragon. Slap that down. Ancient Fairy Dragon, then we're going to pop the field spell, search for another field spell, and we want to get the Allure Palace. So we'll activate Palace. Now, we drew Jenny in this hand, which is sort of a Garnet, but if you can just discard it with Palace, it ends up not being a problem at all. So you'll see what happens when you'd have to do that. We had the Chaos, and this time we're going to add level 7. This is actually important. We're going to use the level 3 for something else later. So we'll discard the 7 to summon out Chaos. Chaos going to equip the 7. And we'll summon level 5 from out of the deck. With this combo, your board gets really full, so you gotta be careful about where you're placing your monsters. In particular, where Zoroa ends up matters. So make sure you put him under the EMZ that you're gonna put the Golden Allure Queen in. Anyway, we had Lacrima of Light, and we need to get it in the graveyard here. Normally it would be dumping Jenny, but we just discarded her, so you can just send literally whatever. It doesn't matter. Use the Jenny effect, she'll copy the Lacrima of Light, and we're going to grab Zoroa. And remember, put him under the EMZ that you're intending to use. This is important. Once again, we need to link off so that he has the target engraved. Now he can equip himself to bring back the Riliona just like before. You can see we've already kind of gotten into the same situation as previously, but we do have this Ancient Fairy Dragon on the board and some other stuff in the grave. We'll get to use that later. Make sure we add the Spenta here. We do need to use him as our stepping stone on the way to Crowley, because that's how we're equipping Emperor Charles. Crowley gonna summon himself out. Now we can go ahead and make Golden. Always leaving Zoroa, leaving that level 5. Golden, gonna bring back the Chaos. Here we're gonna use the Reliona. Get our second guy equipped to Zoroa. And this time it's gonna be Doomed Dragon. So yeah, as you can see, field is completely full. We'll go ahead and sync off for Emperor Charles now. Spenta in the grave, ready to go, so we'll go ahead and equip Charlie. And then we get to level him up into the Link. Go ahead and chuck that down. Again, as per usual, he will equip the Synchro from the graveyard. Get that out. Next, what we're going to do is use the Spore. This Synchro locks us, but we're fine with that at this point. We're done with everything besides Synchro Summoning. We're going to boost by 3 levels, so that he's level 4. Lulu Walilith specifically needs a level 4 tuner for some reason. So we'll use that with the Doom Dragon, drop down the Lulu Walilith, and now, as a little bit of a bonus, if we didn't get ashed on Allure Palace or anything and we have the 3rd search available, we can grab Allure Queen level 3, and then we can use the special summon effect on the Ancient Fairy Dragon. Chuck that down, and guess what? We can make a double effect Chaos Angel, because AFD is a light 7, and the Allure Queen there is a dark 3. Then we'll have the Regulus effect, which will put back a field spell from Graveyard and draw us a card. And there you go. End phase, pass over to the opponent, toggle on so that you can use the Chaos Allure Queen effect. You equip 5, you get 7, and that's the board. So same board as before, but we've got the Chaos Angel mixed in there as well. And we do have the equip on the Link this time too. So those are the main combos. There is a reasonable amount of flexibility here. You don't just die instantly if the opponent has interactions. Like I mentioned, of course, the Fiendsmith stuff, pretty good at getting people to use hand traps and such. If you have any of your starters that are not Dance, and they hit one of those starters, you can use Dance to probably push through that. Dance is just such a crazy, powerful card. If you're not doing the linear combo, don't forget, it summons as many Allure Queens as possible. So it's basically like a soul charge, right? You can easily get all of the bodies out. If you're not doing one of the basic lines that I showed you and your field's super full, you can get out more bodies that way. You can push through disruptions. But yeah, that's the deck. No replays, because like I said, it's just a big combo deck, right? Like, your opponent's probably gonna scoop if you start popping off. But I really love the Emperor Charles alongside the Golden Allure Queen. I think that's super cool. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the profile. You know, maybe you pulled some of these cards to play like a Ryziel variant or something. The Allure Queen stuff's pretty cheap, man. It's mostly all SRs. You only need the Golden. So you could try this out, maybe. Let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments, and I will be back later with some more decks. Until then, peace.